From the ages of 4 to 16, it is compulsory for all children in Britain to attend full-time education. For the first 8 of these years, this education is provided in primary schools. Despite the decades that have passed since they attended, the time spent at primary school holds fond memories for the adults of Britain. Playing hopscotch, playtime, reading, and even school dinners. Even for the UK's next generation, about to embark on their next step to university or employment, primary school still holds those warm and fuzzy memories which you can't help but smile about. With the current fashion for all things vintage, is this just nostalgia taking hold, making all things in our youth seem much happier than they were? Or does primary school still remain the happy and warm place to be for today's primary school pupils? I'm Sarah Kerrick, and I'll be finding out from children attending primary school now and those who experienced it 10 years ago how the experience of primary school and its teaching methods have changed in the past decade. What are the differences between primary school then and now? The first primary school was founded in the mid-1500s. Since this time, the essence of the primary education system remains largely the same, educating children in English, maths and the sciences, and teaching skills to help in later life. Many major events have shaped the primary schools we know today, one of the most prominent being the banning of corporal punishment in 1987. Less than 25 years later, primary school is still undergoing change, whether it be in the classroom or about how the school relates to the local community. I spoke to sixth form students to relive their time at primary school from over 10 years ago.
We went on a residential in year 6 to Robin Wood.
I remember at school when they used to have blackboards and chalk, but you couldn't really read what the teacher was writing.
In primary school we used to eat like turkey twizzlers and stuff like that, but now it's all just salad and healthy stuff.
I remember in assemblies when everyone used to go, "Good morning everybody, good morning."
I remember it being such a big deal when your handwriting was neat enough and you finally got to use a pen instead of a pencil.
Well, when we were in primary school to learn our timetables, we used to have to sing songs.
When it was wet, we used to go inside and play chess, get a book out of the library, or we could draw as long as we were supervised in case we drew all over each other.
Green, strawberries sweeter than any I've seen, beetroots purple and onions white.
Although these students left over 10 years ago, they share some experiences with those students who are attending primary school now.
Sometimes we do activities, we do drawing, we do playing with people, Playmobil. Well, you have then you learn maths, you have literacy, like you do time to write, and we colour in, we have Friday fun time, and we have to play sport, we go out to play, and we have some fresh air, and we always do our wake and shake to get fit. We do gymnastics and stretch out wide. I do karate. We have roast potatoes, we have broccoli, mashed, cheese roll, and for dessert we have chocolate sponge, normal sponge, sponge and custard, white sponge, we have crumble, we have different fruit, we have ice cream, sometimes we have rice pudding. Fish fingers! Salmon pie!
Anything else?
Tuna wrap! Potato. Jackie!
We don't notice any time pass.
So all in all, it seems that many things in primary school haven't changed that much. But if life is still similar for the kids, has it changed for the teachers? A typical lesson from one of my teachers at primary school would have involved long division on red table, a boring and pointless experiment with batteries and crocodile clips, and a strange game of what we called cat and mouse under what we called a big parachute. Strange. I interviewed local deputy head teacher Mrs Stockmore, who tells us about the modern teaching methods that have been introduced into primary schools since she began teaching in Name the Year. With all these new ways to learn, primary school appears to be much more interesting than in 2011. But it's not just more interesting. New initiatives such as the Stephen Lawrence Award mentioned by Mrs Stockmore are improving the quality of primary schools. Another area of significant change is new technology. Just a decade ago, primary schools had chalkboards and about 10 computers for a school of 200 pupils to share. Visiting a modern primary school, the change is apparent, with the latest computers in every classroom and flashy gadgets all around the school. A group of sixth form students told me about the technology they had during their time in primary school.
We didn't have a whiteboard in primary school. We had an overhead projector and we used to use it for like reading the lyrics in assemblies to sing.
All the classes used to have blackboards. I think there used to be a couple of computers in each room, but nobody ever used to use them. There certainly weren't any games or anything like that. Teaching was just very much, learn your words, do your vocabulary, do your maths, get your exercise book out and go home, and that was it. Technology didn't really exist for us.
We had a computer suite which we used to go in.
So what technology is used in primary schools in 2011? I was taken on a tour around Stanley Primary School by a group of 8-year-old pupils who excitedly told me about the technology they're lucky enough to have. As I'm walking through the school, it seems it's shorter before technology. There are digital photos of the children completing work everywhere, and there's an ICT suite filled with computers.
We use the cameras for when we're learning. We take pictures of us.
What's in the ICT suite?
Computers.
So what do you do on them computers?
Play games. We go in educational city. We do letters.
Surely, with all this technology, the teaching itself has changed. Primary school in 2011 appears in many ways to remain the same as it did a decade ago, with school dinners, playground games and timed tables continuing to thrive. On the other hand, many areas have advanced, changing the primary schools we knew 10 years ago into exciting and new places to learn. Technology, school trips and new teaching methods have all changed, giving pupils at primary schools in 2011 new experiences as well as new ambitions. When you grow up, what do you want to be?
A football player. I want to be... Come back to me. I want to be a vet or something like that because I like animals. I want to be a hairdresser. I want to be a doctor. I don't know. A football player. A teacher. Football player. A cheerleader. A pop star. I've done that. Being a hairdresser, I'm going to be a nail varnish girl where you painting people's fingernails. You'll be a fashion designer as well, making clothes. What do you call a people? What's walking on the roof? Trigonops.